And it. Happy New Year. It is 2024. You guys made it, man. It's going to be awesome. So excited about this year. Let me lift my laptop up a little bit. Just realized it's down a little low. How you guys doing? Good to see you. I'm here. If you don't know where I am, where's Brent, right? I am in by St. Pete, Florida. I am in a little place called, where am I? Clearwater, Florida. And we're thinking about taking the rental and going down to Key West this weekend, just bombing all the way down the Gulf side of the coast and just goofing off. I'll be going through Tampa and Fort Myer and Poncha Vedra and just exploring. Why not? We're here taking care of some things. But good to see everybody. And man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so pumped up about this real estate market unleashing. I'm with Glenn. I think the next 6 to 12 months, we're gonna get through this. Honestly, I could see us getting through it in about 4 months. So buckle up, get ready, expect great things. But here's the deal: we're gonna win no matter what. So, man, I just want to give you some of that enthusiasm. Number two, I want you guys to win this year. So in my opinion, I've been looking hard at the market. I've been looking hard at the agents that are winning and the agents that are adding frontline agents. Like, don't ever say FLA. I don't care about FLAs, frontline agents. It's FLQAs, I have this many FLQAs, 18, but I have 32 FLA, and that's great. But it's really, you got 17. Don't let the 32 trick you. You got 17. If you can get some of those FLAs to become FLQAs, awesome. And of course, how you do that is by providing value and really inspiring them with training every month. Now, some of you sponsor people all over the US and Canada. That's cool, but it's hard to wrap your arms around them. So I really think you're missing the boat on this. And you've heard me say it again and again, and I'm not going to stop. Like, I'll take Tim. He's brand new with us in the San Francisco, San Jose area. Wave at us, Tim. He's brand new. He's a stud. How you doing, Tim?
Doing great today, Brent. How you doing?
Well, welcome to the EXP family, baby. Now,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
a
you.
great example. So we're going to use Tim as a case study. Tim, you live in what, the San Francisco or San Jose Bay Area, right?
Correct.
Great. And right next to you just walked in like Wizard of Oz, Bartoni. Barton, what's going on, baby? Goodness, I love you, man. So Barton's up in by Santa Rosa. He is in Barton. Unmute yourself. I know that I'm not quite getting the city right. Where are you
Okay, buddy.
located?
Petaluma.
Petaluma, which is right below Santa Rosa, right? So you
You
get
got it.
two awesome Bay Area guys. Tim, if you don't know Barton, I love him. Refer him. Tim, Barton, refer Tim. Now, Tim, what part of the Bay Area are you in again? I'm sorry.
So I'm South Bay, Silicon Valley, South Bay.
South Bay. So Barton, hook him up with your referrals, vice versa. But here's two guys, both champions. Barton, how big is your organization now?
Currently 922.
You need to get going, Barton. I don't know what's going on. He's going to ring that bell at 1,000. That's pretty exciting. I remember when I met Scott Lewis, he had 177 agents. And I was just like, oh my God. I had an 18 agent team. I'd be like, 177 agents. I was so blown away. Matthew Stewart, unmute yourself. How many agents do you have, Matthew? You're right there.
209.
209. He broke the 200. And I was like, just blew me away. And Scott Lewis said to me with 177 agents, hey, man, if you need anything at all, I'm your guy. I will help you. Was in my upline, just a cool dude at EXP that was going to help me. So, we all think some doesn't have 1,000 agents or 5 or 10 or 20,000 agents. Let me tell you what, people are blown away. They're like, you got 47 agents. You know what most people have? Nothing. They got bills. They got bills. And so here's the deal. I really think you're missing the boat if you don't do a monthly meeting every single month where you live. Because, you're like, well, I'm trying to get someone in Kansas City. And they're going, how is Tim going to help me from South Bay all the way out in Kansas City, in Chicago? It's a tougher sponsoring job. I'm not saying not to do it. What I am saying is if you're going to cold prospect, try to do it in your backyard. Now, if you live in the Kamloops, The Kamloops are like the Canadian tundra where elk go to die. And you can actually see skeletons, like there's place you see skeletons of whales, and then there's skeletons of elk. And so you need to get away from that. I get it. But some of you live, like if you're in California, Texas, or Florida, you live in a gold rush areas. There's 400,000 in California plus, and 500,000 plus in Texas, and 500 plus in Florida. Why would you look anywhere else? And it's so much easier to plug people in. So Tim, my honest opinion to you, in Bartoni, are you in a, is it like a Santa Rosa MLS Board of Realtors? Is it Santa Rosa? Is that how that works?
It's called the Bay Area Real Estate Information Services.
Okay. But is the Board of Realtors located in Santa Rosa by chance?
There is Norbar.
No bar, I knew it because Santa Rosa's big, right? So Tim, I'm just going to use Tim now, and Matthew's a great example too. Matthew doesn't need to do this. Next week we have Rob. Could you pull up and share on the screen the flyer of our speaker for next week? So he's spoiled rotten, and everybody in Sacramento is. So here's our speaker for next week. I'm flying Nate up. It's going to cost me close to $1,000 because he's bringing people. I'm putting them up at the Hyatt. I'm spending the money right now. You needed like how to master prospecting. Is this something you think you can get people to? Hoping you'll sell more homes this year, wanting to sell more homes this year. But if you take whatever information you have from 2023 into 2024, you can expect to repeat the year. Now, some of you are super excited about that, but man, some of you are like, no, I don't want to sell 20 homes. I want to sell 30 or 40 or 50. So this is how you do it. It's 10 to noon. It's free. Here's the topics. Nate sold over 2,500 homes, one of the fastest growing realtors in all of Los Angeles. And he's one of the top real estate professionals in California, named one of them in multiple years. He's an absolute one percenter. And if you come, it will change your life. And you need to talk to people with conviction. Hey, you may want to come to this. No, you absolutely have to come to this. And so when you get people there, and then so go ahead and take that down there, Rob. Thank you. And then so when you, Tim, I want you to call your local board. I want you to set, and you'll start off with 20. And this isn't about letting all the EXP lay agents know in San Jose. This is about you having 10 guests there. And then you grab some of your other agents, and maybe they have 4 or 5 agents, and maybe you have 20, 25, and you get a small room at the board. It's practically free. There's really affordable. Rob, our room that holds up to like 400 or 500. The cost for that's super affordable. What does that run, Rob, roughly? Do you remember?
With coffee and water service, $1,200 all in.
Yeah, which is like super inexpensive. When you go to the Hyatt, when you go to restaurants, the prices explode.
And it seats about 400.
Yep. And so here's the deal. Agents are used to going to the board. The board says broker agnostic. So we say this is a broker agnostic educational event, and we don't talk about EXP. Now they all know the prospects are that they come, they go, oh my gosh, are all these people EXP? And you go, yeah. And we have other guests, but mainly EXP. They're like, wow, my brokerage is doing nothing. And you have music before it starts, quality information, music at the end. Take your guest speaker out to lunch, invite 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm giving you the recipe. This is like what you need to do. Now, we didn't start with 4 or 5, 600. I don't know if I don't think Rob was with us when we started. He wasn't. It was just James and I. But we started with like 20, 25 of us at Guild Mortgage in their conference room. And we just started doing lunch and learns. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that because nobody knew what EXP was. Now they know what EXP is. So you got to switch the tactic and go for add value, add value, add value. Everyone write this down. When you make deposit after deposit, you get to make what's called a withdrawal, And so what happens is they come to stuff like, you've been so helpful. I mean, tell me about EXP. My manager really let me down last week, right? Or I got in a fight with one of the agents at the office and they're not doing anything about it. I want to hear about EXP, but you've been loving on them for half a year. Now, if they never do that, love them on anyways. But what if they don't come? Listening to you guys, you give because you're a giver. Takers take because they're takers. I have a really good friend of mine with, I'll just say hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of agents, and I won't give you the exact number. And he was really upset that an agent that he'd spent years helping, and he goes, I added it up. I gave thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to this agent. I bought him a laptop. I did this. I did. I can't believe they would do it. Oh, so you expect something in return, do you? Right? Mm-mm. You give freely, expecting nothing in return. God knows what you do in secret. He will reward you in public, you know? So if you're giving to get, your intention is wrong. I don't think that's right. The size of the window you give through is the size of the window you get through. If you don't like what you've been getting, change what you've been given. Give more. I don't know if I can give more. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be love. It could be hugs. It could be prayers. It could be, come on, you're coming with me. We're going to go to this event and I'm going to take you to lunch. And I'm going to change your life. You don't know Nate Butcher. I know Nate Butcher. He is going to be, you guys know, he'll do $200 million this year. And his goal is to be $1 billion team, and he's going to hit it probably in the next 4 years. So you got to have some conviction in your voice. People aren't responding to you, it's because you're boring. So that's number one. Schedule monthly meetings. I'm gonna say it again. Now, Matthew is in Sacramento, doesn't have to do it. Barton, you have to do it. You're not in, you're on the other side of the world. Tim, so are you. Now you can bring people up to our events, but you're not going to get the kind of turnout. I did events, I would get 10, 15, 20 guests there at events, and it's not about EXP. Don't put up EXP banners. Don't talk about EXP. They know, they're not stupid, right? And they're like, this is so cool. Look at all the mojo. And so your job, and I can't say this enough, you can let EXP agents know. If they go, can I come? Absolutely. But this is about you having guests there, not you having 200 people there. And I go, how many guests are there? I had one. You missed the whole point of the monthly meetings, right? But I got 100 local EXP agents there. Good for you. You built their business. Good for you, right? And so I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is it's not about you being on stage and getting the spotlight. It's about you getting guests there and helping them, and eventually them going, I want to roll in your world. I want to be a part of your posse. I want to be a part of your tribe, your crew, your team. I want to be a part of a movement. And so your synergy, it's like, man, pretty soon you're putting homes in escrow and getting listings. Everything you touch turns to gold. And you got to get on a movement. And if you have someone in Kansas City, and I'm not picking on you, Matthew, I just have to say Kansas City. I know Matthew has agents in Kansas City. I'm just throwing it out. Missouri, Nebraska, all over. Blah, 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 blah. It's hard to wrap your arms around them and to help them, to support them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying, man, why not kill it in your backyard? And so if you live in Eureka up on the coast where there's 80 agents, and the mindset is escape Eureka. I'm not saying that. So you can think about, where do I live and what am I doing? So I want to say that about the meetings. You lead by example, okay? And then at the end of the meeting, this is really important. Rob, can you pull up Andrea Beams? I texted you, and I should have prepared you more. My bad. But if you could pull up, I sent you everything I texted you before the meeting. I forgot to call you and say, be ready to share all that. So we'll give Rob a second to share it. So now I'm currently springing on him. I forgot to tell him one minor detail. I sent him all kinds of texts before this meeting.
I
So
don't see it in a text to me. It must be in a group somewhere.
it's a group text to you and James. My bad.
All right,
So I just fired off a
we
bunch
got
of
it.
stuff, and it's all the speakers for the month. And I've shown it to him once before, but so this is what you want to do. Andrea Beam, I gave her this, and she created this. Look at all our speakers for the year. Look at her, 2024 Agent Education Webinar Series. Now, in my opinion, she's close, but she's spreading. You want to be the Hulk in the puddle, not a spritz in the ocean. And so this is good, but these should all be live at the local board. Okay. Zooms are great, but they don't see anybody. They're in and out. You don't know what they're doing when they're watching, they're driving down the road, listening. This is phenomenal. They all need to be live wherever you are. And they can start with 10, 20, go to 30, go to 40. Okay, thanks, Rob. You can pull that back off. But so at the end of, ooh, he showed you a little secret thing. Ooh, Rob, you can't tease him like that. Okay. But so here's the deal. At the end of next week, Nate Butcher's going to be at the P-Car in Sacramento. At the end of the event, whoever's hosting that is going to get there and say, hey, And if you love today, next month we have this speaker coming on how to become a listing agent superstar. And his name is David Mills. And last year he listed 100 listings, average sales price $975,000. He's been in real estate for 3 years. You know, let's all throw up together. But he is our guest speaker next month. And everybody come back, same time, same place, right here in this very room. And you promote the meeting from the meeting. And this is how you grow. This is how you add FLQAs. My best meeting, I was a business planning meeting. You could do a business planning meeting in April in your area. You don't have to wait till the fall. And I had 33 guests or 32 guests and 18 switched companies in the next month or two. How would you like to put 18 FOQAs on your front line? 18 FOQAs. Do a business meeting, Matt Plummer in Las Vegas. He lives in Las Vegas. And get people there. Jared is out in Richmond. I'm going to be in Richmond in a couple of weeks. We're having breakfast together. He's bringing people together. And I know he's doing a meeting next week. He's already doing these things. And so when you provide value monthly and you just keep inviting them and just say, man, everybody's coming. Remax is coming. Compass is coming. Everybody's coming. And our speaker's this. You don't say he's an EXP agent. They'll figure that out. And by the way, I only have EXP speakers because if I have a Coldwell Banker speaker or a Compass or Century 21, I'm like, I want to go to Century 21. That guy was awesome, right? And so there are awesome speakers from Century 21 Compass. So if you notice my stuff, it's all EXP. Even on the board, we'll sneak them onto the board. Hey, if you sneak on a local competition, they're good. It's like, wow, EXP and Compass. Me, it's all just EXP, baby. That's just me. I'm not afraid to have others, but I'm just smart. If they don't relate to, Pam Teresi, maybe they'll relate to Tim Warman. If they don't relate to Tim Warman, maybe they'll relate to Barton. If they don't relate to Barton, maybe they'll relate to Tara Diaz. Sorry, Tara. Is it Tara or Tara? It's Tara, right? Or
Tara.
I knew it, Tara. I knew it, Tara. I had two choices, 50-50 chance. You've all heard my funny story when you forget people's name. You go, oh, sorry, man. How do you spell your first name again? And they're like, Bob, B-O-B. You've been found out. Sometimes you just gotta, admit. So here's the deal. You want to, but if the one they relate to is from Realty One, I think you made a huge mistake. And sometimes that one agent, spark plug, yeah, good for you, because you want to put them on your front line. I can get them. You're being selfish. Yeah, you get them. But if that agent and there are shining stars that come from a broker, like, wow, they stole this. Who are they from? They're from Platinum Real Estate of Houston. Like, oh man, I want to get around her. I want to get around him. I'm going to Platinum Real Estate. And you ruined it for everybody in the audience. Oh, congratulations. Maybe you have a chance at getting Tara Diaz, right? But maybe not. So that's why I'm a fan of EXP speakers only, and make them good. If you have to buy a Southwest plane ticket, now I don't say, hey, David Mills, I'm going to buy you a Southwest ticket. It costs me nothing. And then I'm going to put you up at the Hyatt Park Place. I know it sounds expensive, the Hyatt, but that truth is it's like $149. I go, man, I will fly you out. I'm putting you up at the Hyatt Park Place, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to love it. And we're going to wine you, we're going to dine you, and you take them to, Mexican food at lunch or something. It doesn't have to be expensive, and your mortgage broker will help chip in. This can be affordable. I cannot tell you how important it is for you to be doing monthly meetings every single month where you live, unless you live in the Kamloops. Okay, now I'm going to move on. I beat that with a horse. By the way, Rob did flash up. Like, you like, well, people say, well, who am I joining? And you're trying to talk to him. If you do get someone out of here, you go, here's my team. Go ahead and pull up the one with the team there. Nolly Williams made it, and Rob flashed it to you. So this was made by Nolly Williams. Nolly goes, I need something visual. Everyone, remember pictures worth 1,000 words? Like, well, I wish my upline would do that for me, victim. You make it. Just create something on paper. You literally draw it out like here. I do this stuff all the time. And then someone intelligent like Rob or somebody will take it, make it look pretty. They give it to a graphic designer. And so Nolly goes, look, here's where you are, but I'm going to help you. Kevin Costner, Fred Weaver, and you go up the thing. They're like, well, Brent, you're my sponsor. So I got none of these people. Nolly's looking way better than me. No, you put you, then you put Brent, and then you put Sheila, then you put Rob Flick, then you put Gene Frederick, then you put Elizabeth Riley, and then you just put all these people up there. There's like 17 people above me to Glenn. Well, I've never met him. So what? Put them on there. Do you think a prospect Nolly talks to is going to call these people? Nope. It's called sizzle with the sale. It's called, this is my posse. This is my crew. This is who I roll with. And they're amazing. And he's got some information there. Now you could let Nolly own you. And right now he's owning you. He has, I don't know, 300, 400, 500 people, 700 people, but he deserves to. Look what he did. Mentor, Masters Group, partner, and upline. Now, again, I don't like the upline. I like partners. I would not use, if I was coaching Nolly and I need to call him back, get the word upline off there. These are the partners. These are the people. Then you could say, he's 7 levels. Well, Kevin Kaufman, that's my sponsor. And he's sponsored by Fairly, is sponsored by Chris. And they all will help you. They have a vested interest in your future. Like if we sponsored someone 2,3D from you and they kill it, does it benefit you? Yeah. These people benefit from your success. They will fight for you. And you're below Brent Gove's 7 levels, but he's just not smart. He just loves everybody. He wants to help everybody. So he's a novel, right? But you get the idea. Okay. So let's pull that off. Let me see. I gotta forget what, before I go to some other stuff. I'm watching the clock. Ooh, what is that? People are texting me something. Oh yeah, James Stroop. Go ahead and put that up. We're copying. We learned from you guys. So Andrea Beam created the one with all the cool pictures. And I got, man, I've taken 3 weeks off. James has taken time off, Rob off, his family first. But here's what we got. We're creating for the Sacramento schedule right out of Andrea Beam's playbook out of Portland, Oregon. So tell her we were talking about her, but there we go. And we're going to have all the pictures, the names. And yes, we dropped the ball. I dropped the ball for not having Nate there and not being done. But I will get this done this week. I'll be calling people. Can you come out in July? Can you come out in October? You can't. Okay, could you do April? Can you do this topic? And I will fill them with pictures. And they're like, wow, look at the training schedule. Look at that. Thank you, James. That was really cool. And then let's see what else we show them. And then the cool thing is when you get someone like talented like Rob, go ahead and play. You can do little warm-up videos that you make for Maui or Cabo. Go ahead and let's roll. A lot of you have already seen this. Half of you have not seen this. Let's roll the Maui one. It's short, it's fun, but you get someone graphic to add a little music. Boom. And I just filled it on my phone.
The
Let's
one
roll
you just,
Maui.
the one you just did today, or I'm sorry, which one?
The Maui promo video I just made yesterday. I shot
Okay.
it and then you. Hey guys, right here.
Just. Yep, here it comes. There we go.
Hey guys, Brent here, and I'm here to tell you it's going to be amazing this year in Maui. You're going to learn about selling real estate at the highest level, agent attraction. You might even play some golf at Kapalua. You're going to be watching the whales every day because it is the top of the line whale watching season from the beach, the pool. Come aloha with us. We're going to do a Hawaiian luau. We're going to be hanging out. It's going to be powerful. Start packing your bags, your suntan lotion, your sunscreen. Trade the minus 19 weather, the 32-degree weather, for some balmy 75-degree tropical sun weather in Maui. We'll see you at the Maui Mastermind in just a few weeks. See you there. There you go. So there's some graphics. That was just holding my phone vertical and then get it to someone who knows how to, add some graphics around it and flash some video footage. Super easy to do. But of course, Rob's talented. That's great. Last thing I want to share with you is this. We got Maui coming up, or Cabo. You are the 1% club. If you're not coming to either Maui or Cabo, I'm not sure what to say to you. I didn't hesitate. I just want you to, I said, you're the 1%. You're a 1%er. I'm like, I don't even know what to say to you. Like, well, there's a will, there's a way. Don't say you don't have time. Don't say you're getting married. People get married in Maui all the time. They get married in Cabo all the time. I don't want to hear it. Well, I have a funeral. Let the dead bury the dead. Jesus said that one. Okay. I know it's a little hardcore, but Jesus actually said that in the Bible, man. I can't go. I got a funeral. Let the dead bury the dead. We're here to preach to the living, not raise the dead, although he raised Lazarus. But here's the deal. You need to go to Maui or you need to Cabo, because the next one's a year from now. You need that infusion, that injection. And you need to not just be there and enjoy the pool and the beach. You need to go up to the speakers and ask them question. And you go, I'm going to be a speaker next year. Jared's speaking this year. Matt Plummer's speaking this year. There's people on here that are speaking this year, right? And so you got to go, man, why not me? You know, Dylan Nanaka's speaking in Maui. You need to like, and if you don't want to speak and it's not your thing, fine, but people need to hear your story. People need to be inspired by you and they need to hear your story. And so, you know, you get up there and share, it's gonna be great. So Maui or Cabo, sign up, get it done, make it happen. Number 4, Build is coming to a city near you. We have 10 locations this year. And I think I'm so proud of South Africa. Let's roll the South Africa video, turn it up. The leader of the South, he made this by himself. Here's what he's got happening in South Africa. Poor Rob, I don't give him enough notice. We need. Do we volume down? We got volume, Rob. Working on the volume. We're working on the volume. Oh, whatever that guy's saying, it must be intense.
Ad lib it. Go, Brent. Go.
So we got no volume, Rob. I see it full throttle. That's weird. Huh. Well, not sure why the volume didn't work, but it's really good. So
Just a second. Let me, sorry, I'm not sure what happened there, but sometimes, let me just make sure I say share sound. Whoops, let's try this again here. So I wasn't
is that
prepared.
your bank account we just saw?
How about this?
Global, baby.
So what do? If life isn't fair, you're entitled to nothing, no one's coming to save you, what do? You take massive action.
Anyways, I love that. So here, we didn't help him do that. He created that.
Boom.
We're giving him information and design and everything. And he has like 1,000 agents now out there, or we're getting close to it. So it's pretty exciting. So my point is, you can create stuff like this. You just have to connect with somebody. Rob, would you coach them a little bit? Would they just connect with the graphic designer if they want to create content for their local meetings where they are locally? How do they make like Nate Butcher flyers? Just and 50% of these guys, 80% know. For the ones who don't, what would you advise them?
Yeah, probably you would just start on a Fiverr or Upwork if you don't have a connection with anybody locally. Just, you know, Fiverr, Upwork. I've got some great stuff done on those platforms. But then I would encourage you to find somebody locally that's not crazy. I mean, a lot of graphic designers, 110, 150 an hour. You could find them out there. I mean, Upwork or Fiverr, you're talking about maybe $10 an hour, but you can find them. I use, when I get too busy, I use somebody from Upwork. I think she's like 70 an hour. She's in North Dakota. So I like people on mainland as much as I can. She is like 60 or 70 bucks an hour and does great work. So basically I start something, I throw it over to her. She keeps working on it, keeps, you know, sending it back to me like this, like this, like this. And then normally I'll finish it just because I'm like that. But she works great with me. So yeah, there's lots of ways of doing that.
Yeah, and if you have like a 23-year-old daughter, an 18-year-old, so these kids are smart. They know how to do it. And so you pay 60 to 70 bucks an hour. Is that right, Rob?
When I get too busy, I have her help me for 60, 70 bucks an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So whatever it takes, but they can take you to the cleaner. So set budgets with people and you'll find a system and a way of doing this stuff. So finally, we're going to end with this. Glad you guys stayed on. We're going to end with this. And then Drew, yes, thank you, Drew, for saying something. In fact, I'll let Drew share what he's going to share. Then I'm going to share go ahead, Drew. Floor is yours.
Hey guys. Hey, so I wanted to start the year off with everyone. It's going to this will take maybe 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. I want to help everyone kind of get your mind right in the very beginning. All right. So I want you all to take a deep breath real quick, and I want you to write down all the things in your life. And again, this is going to be quick. All right. That of the people or the things that you love. Okay. We're going to take 30 seconds, and I want you guys to try this. This is an exercise that really helped me. All right, so let's take 30 seconds, the people and the things you love. All right, everybody. Like I said, I know you could probably go on much further. All right, but I want to see, and I want everyone else to see this. I want a show of hands of anyone in this group that put yourself on that list.
Ooh.
Any single person in this entire group that put yourself on as someone or something that you loved. There you go, Kim, JP. Right? The very few. I remember when I did this the first time, I realized, and that person asked, how long would I have had to wait until you put you on that list? Okay. So and I'll put this in the chat. There's a quote. You guys know I love the quotes, right? So when you are doing anything worthwhile in life, there will always be someone there that will tell you that you can't do it, it's not going to work, and you are not worthy. Just don't let that person be you. All
So
right.
good. So good, Drew. Isn't that the truth? It's
Right.
our biggest enemy. Drew, really good.
I'll put that in the chat.
I was writing down my Rolex watch, my Rolls Royce. I was writing down Gucci handbags, all the stuff that's really important to me. Mine was filled with all of your names, man. I couldn't write names quick. That's all I thought of. I mean, I sure I like nice stuff, but that was so good. If you don't love yourself, and I don't mean like narcissism, but self-loathing never served the world, man. The people.
And Brent, it's a simple fact that when we sit there and we're like, we want to do all of these whys, all of our families are our why. We want to give them the best. But the fact is that if we don't show up our best, you're just lying to yourself if you say that you're giving the best to your family or to your friends.
So good. Great point, Drew. Well done. Mic drop. So don't let that person tear you down. Love you, because people who love others, they got love coming. They're comfortable in their own skin. They're like, Lord. And then those people, they have a hard time. Good point. Okay, so my final thing was this. I want every one of you to write down the craziest, biggest goal you could do this year. Like, what's the one thing that'll move the needle more than ever? And I want it in a sentence or two, and I want you to text it to me. My cell phone is 916-223-5555. Most of you have that, but if you don't, it is 916-223-5555. I want to read your big, hairy, audacious goal for 2024. The one thing Tim Warman, the one thing Frank Crandall, the one thing Joanne Pullen, the one thing that's going to move the needle, Stacy, Kobe, I don't have I can't say I don't have my glasses on, but I can't read that. Stacy, how do I say your last name?
Kovalak.
Kovalak. Oh, it's reading an I. These glasses aren't super powerful. It is just like it looks. Kovalak. Okay, I was throwing an I in there. Anyways, so here's the deal. What's that one thing? I really need you to stop. Do not go past go. Do not move forward. What is it you need to be doing this year to move the needle in your life? And then text it to me. I'd love to be a part of it. I'd love to support you. I'd love to help you. I will read every one of them. And I'll be checking back in on you on those things. So you got my cell phone number, 916-223-5555. By the way, if you email me, I'll never get it unless you text me and say, check my email. I'm not looking for a book. I don't have time for a book. I have a chance for a well thought out sentence or two, maybe three. Boom. The one thing. I know you got 20 things, but the one thing that's going to move the needle. And I'll share this. 9 years ago, James and I decided it was getting a listing, going on a listing appointment every day. That was the one thing that would help our business the most pre-EXP. And guess what we did? I pretty much learned and focused, and I went on listing appointments every day. And we had 18 to 28 listings active at all times, and we were killing it because we didn't know about building a sales organization. It was just constant production. And there was just, I'm tired. I'm running. Anyways, so I cannot wait to read your goals. Please get it done by tonight. This assignment is to get it done by tonight because there's a sense of urgency about this. Because if you don't do it tonight, you ain't never going to do it. And I see everyone on here. I see your faces, and I'm going to know you bailed. I'm also get a screenshot real quick. I'm going to know who's naughty or nice. And you know how you make the naughty list? You skip Maui or you skip Cabo. So anytime you see Brent get mad, because not for me, I don't need you in Maui or Cabo. You need you in Maui and or Cabo or both. So love you all. We are starting the Mastering Sales in 3 minutes. I am prepared like I have never been prepared. I'm going to rip the cover off the ball. I will eat the ball. Then I'm going to burp it up and light it on fire. It's going to be awesome. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Bye, guys. Have a good day.